Don't know what's going on with that countdown thing, but it doesn't seem to be working. Hello, friends. Happy Saturday. How's everyone doing? It seems like the sound on my computer has decided to just stop. Give me a second. I'm going to test something. You don't want to work either? What's going on? I don't know why it's not working, but that's okay. Felt my computer just make a noise. I don't know what's happening. Can you guys hear me okay? Saturday. Things are just not going right. It's fine. Technology says no today, which is all right. Sometimes that happens. Okay. Hope everything's running all right. Let me see. Sometimes my computer doesn't like to, notice things occasionally. All right, I have earphones. That's a thing. Is it functioning? It's functioning. Incredible. How is everybody today? Let me know. I would love to know. I'm going to just share this quickly on the social medias that we are live. Join here. Amazing. Incredible. I have a stupid headache today. It's on this side of my head, which it never is. It's usually on this side. So I think it's just because, why am I taking this off? I need this to see. I don't know what's going on today, guys. I'm out of it. That's okay, though. We're going to get some work done today. Hello, Phoebe. Hello, Chloe. Welcome to the stream. How are you all doing today? What are you going to be up to this lovely streaming Saturday? I'm going to be working on a little luck. Gonna get it. Gonna get grooving and a moving on it. That's not how it's a moving and a grooving. Oh my God. The brain is not braining today. Phoebe says I'm doing good, very tired but good. Yes. My goodness me. You're also way ahead of us in time, so I can imagine that. My goodness me. Woo. Ooh, I don't know where my energy was from last weekend, but it's gone. Now I just feel loopy and tired, which is fine. We're going to get work done today on a little luck. I am sitting at, I don't know what I'm sitting at, but let me see. I think we are currently sitting at 31,750 words in this draft. I'm kind of partway through adding stuff into part 2 of this story so far, but today I need to go back over some of the bits of part 1 to still do like a close line edit, because I stopped doing that. When I hit chapter 6, I was just like, I'm done. I don't really want to do this anymore, because I was trying to do it all this week and my brain was just like, no, you're not doing that this week. You're going to add words this week instead. So that's what I'm going to be working on. But anyways, what about the rest of y'all? I know, Phoebe, you said you were going to be reading. What are you going to be reading today? It's so quiet in my place when I have no music going and my TV's off. It's so quiet. Jeez. Chloe says, I'm good. I'm working on a fantasy book that follows a banshee who is forced to work with the captain of the royal guard to catch a murderer that may or may not be a supernatural creature, so it's fun. Oh my god, that sounds so amazing, Chloe. I love when, like, the most just non-suspecting people, or like enemies, or just people that shouldn't be together, are forced to be together in situations to figure out a problem, like something happening, like murders. I love it so much. It's one of my favorite tropes. So that sounds so much fun. I love it. I love it so much. Oh my god. Oh, praying that iced coffee gets into my system soon. Anyways, I'm gonna roll for our very first sprint today. Woohoo! Not too bad, not too bad. All right, so we can go for 19 minutes, 21 minutes, or I can't do math in my current state. Oh no. 32 minutes. I was trying to put 19 and 13 together. Oh my god. So 19, 21, or 32. I know that's a big jump, but it's up to y'all how long you want to go for our first sprint of the day. It's currently nicknamed A Song of Death. I love that title, Chloe. I love that title so much. That's so good. Song of Death, 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10 titling. I know what you just said nickname, but whoo, so good. Oh my god. All right, so we got votes for the longest sprint. Hell yeah, guys. We're just diving headlong in today. Hopefully this 32-minute sprint, first sprint of the day, gets us all raring to go for our lovely stream today. All right, we got our little tomato guy focused and ready to go. We're focused and ready to go as best as we can be. I'm hopefully I can get some work done on a little luck today, but man, fingers crossed that I can get work done, because holy man, brain not braining today, but we'll see. Anyways, my lovely friends, I will see you in 32 minutes. Happy sprinting. Apparently my computer is also not going to make sound for me today. I did not notice that timer go off. I am so sorry if it has been off for a while. I was so into it. I'm so sorry. But either way, the sprint's done. How are we doing, friends? First sprint down. How was it? How are we feeling? Scooby-Doo. Yeah, my computer's doing stupid shit today. That's why. I don't know why it's doing that. I might need to power it down and bring it back up. Yeah, because it's just not giving me noise. That's so bizarre. Let me see if I can get a YouTube video running. Yeah, it just does not want to. It also doesn't want to load any of my YouTube videos. That's stupid. Oh well. Anyways, how are y'all doing? So we got 509 words. Incredible, Chloe. I love it. I love to hear it. I wasn't intending on adding any words. I'm just in editing chapter 7, but which is like, when I say editing this time around, I mean like going back through it, doing more of a line edit, reading it out loud. So if you see me talking to myself, that's what I'm doing. But I've apparently through that I've added 259 words. But I've manipulated many others because I like to rewrite sentences 8 times until they flow really nicely. But I've made myself laugh with this chapter, so love that for me. Hopefully my humor actually gets across, because I think one of the things that I tried to joke at, one of my beta readers was like, what? It's like, God damn it. This is only funny in my brain. I'm so sorry. So I got to make sure that my jokes actually land. Or at least make it clear in the situation that it is a joke. Just like, little things. But this is one of my favorite scenes, because it's between Kira and her family. And I'm thinking I might have to split the chapter though, because it is sitting at 2,500 words, and most of my chapters are closer to the 1,900 word mark. So it's a little bit large. Phoebe is currently reading Cemetery Boys by Aidan Thomas, and it's a fun time. I really enjoyed that book. I remember reading it and not having that huge of expectations, because I'm not a big fan of YA fantasy or YA anymore. But Cemetery Boys was delightful, and I really enjoyed it. I liked it a lot more than I did the Sunbearer Trials, which is his newest one. But the Sunbearer Trials is also very good. It feels like Hunger Games meets Percy Jackson. Like, it is the easy readability of a Rick Riordan book that comes across. But in the way of like, after I had finished reading it, I was like, if I had the whole series in front of me, I would probably keep going, but I don't feel the need to like go out and get the next one, even though the next one wasn't released at the time. It's still not out. But I think one day I'm going to just kind of compile those books of that series, and then one day I will read them all in one go instead. But I'm really glad that you're liking it. It's such a good book. It's lovely. It's got so much heart to it. By the end of it, I was just crying. It was so good. Crying in a good way. Like my lovely friend and cover artist Tessa, when she came in to the city last week. Yeah, because I saw her on Monday. She came in and I got to actually see her because her family lives out where my parents do. So I was like, oh my God, I'm going over for dinner on Monday. Come over, and so I can see you. Because she kept telling me that she wanted me to sign a copy of my book that she has. And because, cover artist. And I was like, yeah, that's great. Oh my God, come over. And she's like explaining it to me that she was reading a second story on the plane, and she finished it on the plane over. And she's like, and you made me cry unexpectedly, because I just wasn't expecting the emotions around the part where the boys choose the store's name. She was like, I just didn't expect to feel those emotions, and I was crying on the plane, and I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry, but that's exactly what I wanted. I have officially made at least one person cry with my book, which I love, because it's not a sad book in any way, shape, or form. It's such a lovely, heartwarming book. And whenever I get to those last couple chapters of myself, when I was reading through them, those are the chapters that would always make me like tear up and like feel like all warm and fuzzy on the inside, because it's like just warm and cozy, and I love it. Oh, I love it so much. But yeah, with Project Luck, there are a few moments in here where I could probably pull a little more on people's heartstrings. I was thinking about it last night because insomnia, and my brain doesn't shut up at like 3, 4 a.m. Yeah, it was like 3:30, and I was sitting in my bathroom just being like, it is going to be sunlight in 2 hours. I'm still here just thinking about things because my brain doesn't shut up because insomnia. But I was thinking about one of the moments that I have in this book that could be considered like the darkest moment. And it's this moment of like tearing everything back and just feeling so alone. And I'm like, oh, I could make people cry at this moment. So when I get to that point when I'm editing, I think I'm going to try and make people cry. If I can make myself cry, I will make readers cry, which is the best. Hello, Rachel, welcome to the stream. I'm glad you could make it. But yeah, I'm curious as to if you guys like crying when you read books, or if you're writing books, do you like to make your readers cry? Because I like to pull on all the emotions. I also cry really easy, so it's probably just me being overly emotional. But I love crying at books. I love crying in moments, being like, and just sob. Last night I was watching the season 4 finale of House, and that season 4 finale got me so hard. I was sobbing so hard and so loud. It was like 1 a.m. I'm like, I'm so sorry to all my neighbors, but I literally cannot stop. This is so sad. But yeah, crying is the greatest. Especially when it's like cathartic cry, you know? Like when you're happy. What did I do with my dice? When you're happy and it's just like so warm and fuzzy and you're just like emotional. That's my favorite cry. Anyways. Okie dokie, France. Chloe is trying to decide how they want the two main characters to meet. Do I want her abusive stepfather who uses her abilities for a profit to try and con the captain? Ooh. Or do I want her and I meet that way? Interesting. I think what you've got to think about in these moments is, how do you want that first meeting to frame their like relationship from going forward? Like, if they meet when her stepfather is, trying to con him, who uses her abilities, so it frames their first meeting in the captain being conned, right? So the trust won't be there as easily as if like she was running away and like he almost like in like quote unquote like saved her, or they met in like an alley or something, right? So it does make it more interesting if you have that like first meeting being something where she's powerless in that moment, using her power, it does frame it a little bit more interestingly. But her running gives her agency. So it's like, which one do you want to like frame their relationship in, and then have to work towards, right? So it's questions like that. But that's really cool. I like that. Hello, Spatial. Welcome to the stream. Phoebe says, oh yeah, those last few chapters of a second story are so good. I didn't quite cry, but I was definitely feeling all the emos. It was so good. Didn't want it to end. Thank you, Phoebe. Oh my goodness me. I love it so much. Y'all are making me want to write something. Hey, Aspasia, that's what this time is for. Or you can read. It's whatever's up to you. I love it. Okay, so our next sprint could be 20 minutes, or no, I said that wrong. Next sprint could be 22 minutes or 31 minutes. 22 or 31. Pretty big gap, but that's what happens when you roll a 12, a 10, and a 9. But y'all get to pick for our second sprint of the day. Phoebe votes for 22. How about the rest of y'all? How long would you like to go for? As I set us up here. Scooby-Dooby-Doo. Inspector Gadget. Sorry, that's a tick I've picked up. I rarely do it around people, and sometimes it just leaks out of me. It's one that's held on to me with like clutches, because one of my students wanted to learn Inspector Gadget on the piano, and just the like Scooby-Dooby-Doo, Inspector Gadget just kind of stuck in my head because that's the rhythm of it, even though you're saying Scooby-Dooby-Doo. Ignore me. Anyways, we got 2 votes for 22 minutes. I'm good with 22 minutes. Our first sprint was 32, so 22 is a little bit of a shorter one. If I miss the timer going off, someone yell at me, please. Also, can you guys hear the timer going off on your end? I'm very curious about that. Did you hear it last time, Phoebe and Chloe, when it went off? Because if not, then we're all just stuck in silence. Ah, my bullet journal. That's what happens when you leave things on the edge of your desk. Everything flies away. Okay. I'm in such a weird mood today. Oh, Chloe said no. Well, damn. It might be just my computer being stupid then. All right, well, I'll keep my eyes out then. I'll make sure that I don't get too distracted. Who knows what's going on with my computer today? Not me. I guess you guys can hear me, so like that's numero uno. Anyways, friends. Happy sprinting. I'll see you in 22 minutes. Oh, I missed it again. I'm sorry, guys. Bing, bing, bing. The timer's over. I checked it like a few minutes ago and it was at 2 minutes. I should have kept closer attention, but all right. Second sprint is done. Oh, God. My stupid computer. How's everyone doing? I've managed to finish chapter 7, break it into 2 chapters, and now I'm on to chapter 9. So into it. I just keep like gesticulating and saying and reading my story out loud. This is what I love about these Saturday streams. I feel so productive. Holy man, Chloe, 1,340 words that sprint. Woo, you got into the groove. That's incredible. Rachel says no worries. Thank God. I hope it wasn't too much longer than, oh my God, there's so many words. Chloe, you're killing the game today. Rachel says, I'm just chilling, just finished lunch after being at a city event this morning and early afternoon. Very nice. Is it really warm out where you are right now? Because I know the heat just drains the hell out of me. Right now it's only about like 23 degrees Celsius, which is not hot at all. And it's gloomy, overcast, so it's nice out today. Not super, super warm. Aspasia says I finished a YouTube video, now updating Storygraph. Very nice. Finished watching a YouTube video. Very nice, very nice. What are you updating on Storygraph? Are you updating something that you currently read? I'm very intrigued. But yes, apparently I've added 1,300 words, which is not true. I think it's just because I copy-pasted something and it just decided to die. And it was like, you added so many words. That's okay. Sitting at 32,010 words in this draft so far. I'm nearly done part 1. Part 1 is now at 11 chapters instead of 10, which is fine. It's all good. And I like have a few things in my mind that I need to remember that I'm changing, or that I need to remember that I did. So this is what I'm doing right now. 88 Fahrenheit and humidity is 75. That sounds gross, Rachel. That sounds actually gross. What is 23 degrees today? 23 degrees Celsius to Fahrenheit. 23 degrees is about 73 degrees Fahrenheit. And the humidity today is 57. The dew point is really high, though, so it feels like humid. It's been quite hot in the UK recently, but today wasn't too hot, which I prefer. It's supposed to rain tomorrow. Every time the UK gets a heat wave, I just continuously wonder why people don't have air conditioners in your country. And then I remember that like 95% of the day or percent of the year, it's so cold that you don't need air conditioners. But like for these heat waves, though, you guys need air. It sounds like hell. I'm glad it's cooling off, though. Aspasia says, I'm matching it to my reading spreadsheet and adding books to reading challenges. Very nice. Every once in a while, I go through my Storygraph and add stuff to reading challenges as well, because I always forget that those are things that I'm in the middle of. And I'm just like, oh yeah, so I have to go through and I have to, decide if I'm going to use a book for 2 different prompts across 2 different challenges, which I have done a few of them, because like some books just fit so well. But most of the time I'm like, I plan ahead and I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to read this book soon, so this book is going to be for this prompt, whatever. But I like the reading challenges. There's one reading challenge that I'm a part of in Storygraph that I just don't think I'm going to ever finish, because there's books on it that I just don't read, like nonfiction and horror and stuff. The horror maybe, because I did read a horror book recently, literally this week, What Moves the Dead by T. Kingfisher. But the nonfiction, though, because I just don't read nonfiction at all. I don't enjoy it. Yeah, it's been pretty hot here as well. High 70s to low 90s with humidity. Gross. Last night we had a hailstorm back to 88 degrees today. I am so sorry. I'm so sorry. That sounds awful. The humidity makes it worse, too, because like when it's dry heat, you can deal with it. When it's humid as hell, you walk outside, it feels even hotter than it is. It feels like you're walking into a wall of heat, and I hate it so much. I hate the heat. I hate summer. If our summers could be stuck around 25 degrees, sunny with nice breezes, I would be so happy. But no. It's never that good. I'm never that lucky. Although today's nice. Today's kind of nice. Someone's making something. Anyways, are any of you guys listening to anything fun and spicy today as you guys are working? I'm currently listening to my Dragons playlist because it is my one playlist that I have that it has no music with words in it. It's just film soundtracks that I made originally for Project Dragon. But I do not know. I'm listening to it mainly because of the fact that I'm reading stuff out loud, and having words in one ear and reading stuff out loud just doesn't work for me. So I got Dragons on. And then I have a Gab Smulders Nancy Drew game, her recent one that she played with Sean on the TV over there. It's like extra background noise because I love noise. I love me some noise. I think this sprint I'm going to get a little bit of a snack. I don't know what I have to eat, but I'm going to get something to eat. Hopefully. Throw something together. But yeah. Phoebe says, I'm going to have to go now, but I hope you enjoy the rest of your day and night wherever you are. Thank you, Phoebe, so much for joining today. I'm glad you got a little bit of reading done and you enjoyed being here. And I hope you have a lovely night and a wonderful Sunday tomorrow. My goodness. Thank you so much for joining the stream. What are you making? Oh my God. One of my neighbors sounds like they have an immersion blender going right now. Nobody needs to run something for that long. Maybe it's a vacuum. It's an exceptionally loud vacuum if it is. Anyways. Yeah, if any of you are listening to anything fun, I'd love to know. Or if you guys want to talk about TV shows that you're recently watching, I'd also love to know, because I have been watching House on Amazon Prime, and I'm watching House mainly because TikTok got me. Because TikTok is just flooding my feed apparently with clips of shows, and I get so sucked in. Right now, it's trying to do that with Ghost Whisperer for me, but I don't have access to Ghost Whisperer anywhere on any of my streaming sites. So I am just watching House. But I'd love to know if you guys are watching anything at the moment that you are really enjoying. I'm enjoying House. I will say the first 2 seasons have been my favorite out of all 4 that I've watched so far, because the first 2 seasons have his team. And I love his team. I know, Chase is the worst human being. He's such a terrible human. He's so mean, and he's fat phobic, and he's just all this kind of stuff. But seeing him and Foreman and Cameron all working together in the show is so much more enjoyable than what we're going through now with House. Now House has a rotating bundle of 4 doctors on his team, including Foreman, which is nice. I like that Foreman's still there, and Chase and Cameron come in every once in a while, but his team disbanded, and I got so sad at the end of the 2nd season because of that. I was like, no, I'm watching the show because of his team. But it's so fun to watch old shows like that, because they're just, they have a flavor. They have a flavor of show. I don't know what it is. It's like the old crime shows. It's like watching Bones. Bones is one of my favorite shows. It doesn't hold up a lot. There's a lot of episodes that just aren't good anymore, and there's a lot of things that are said that just aren't good. I love that show so much. I will rewatch that show countless times. I love it. I enjoy it so much. I love watching the way that people figure out cases and stuff. It's so interesting. And House kind of feels like that as well, but it's medically based instead. So if there's any shows like that you guys really like, let me know. I haven't been able to watch Criminal Minds. I know a lot of people love Criminal Minds, but I don't like cold opens where they show really gruesome stuff happening, because it just bothers me a lot. I know Bones sometimes does, but most of the time the cold opens are people finding the already dead body, which I'm okay with. And with House, the cold opens are people falling ill, or in very rare cases getting into accidents because they've fallen ill at the wheel, kind of a thing, because his specialty is diseases instead of actual the trauma of Grey's. I can't watch Grey's because of that. But Vespasia says, I finished watching Tron Uprising and currently watching The Simpsons, Transformers Prime, and The Jetsons. What a combination of shows, Vespasia. That's awesome. Oh my goodness me. I remember when his team disbanded. I wanted them. Yes, I didn't care about anyone else. Agreed. But like, I enjoy the feeling and the routine of the show. Like, I like the formula that they fall into. So I just kept watching. And season 4, that season finale made me sob. And now that I know that House is based off of Sherlock Holmes, and it's like something that like came to me when I was watching the show, because we saw the outside of House's apartment and it's 221B, and I was like, is this a play on Sherlock Holmes? And then I Googled it. And I'm like, it is! Oh my God. Which is why his name is House. And he has his partner, Wilson. And oh God, it's, I was watching this end of season 4 and I was just sobbing because like I was starting to put all the parallels together of the things that have happened in the actual Sherlock show that I watched with Benedict Cumberbatch. But yeah, I'm enjoying it. And Hugh Laurie is amazing, but I didn't watch it for House. I watched it for Cameron, Foreman, and Chase. But I think that's also when Dr. Cameron Actress went on Once Upon a Time. Yeah, I figured that once the Dream Team disbanded a little bit and like they only kind of show up on shows sometimes, I felt like those actors are just doing something else. But there's like the names are still the main names in the like show title screen or whatever, like, you know, like the title opening intro, there it is. They're still the main names and they're still the main faces on like the promos for the show, so they're still there, just not in the way that I like. But yeah, if I rewatch the show, I will be just exclusive rewatch once I'm done it. I will just exclusively rewatch the first 2 seasons because I like them so much. Anyways, rambling about House. Let's roll for our third sprint of the day. Okay. I got an 11, a 12, and a 14. So that means we can go for 25 minutes or 37 minutes, which is a big jump. 25 or 37 minutes. I will leave it up to you. However long you want to go for our third sprint of the day, my friends. I'm good with either. Also on this, that's when she dyed her hair blonde. So I feel like that's when she was cast in the lead role of Once Upon a Time. Chloe votes for 37. Going all in. RK also votes for 37, I assume. Oh, God. Is it 37? I rolled a 14. Doesn't matter. Yep. Oh, we get 37s all the way around. Let's do it, my friends. Let's do it. Let me get this all set up here. Nice, really long sprint. I think this is going to be one of our longest ones that I've done. But that's okay. Get lots of work done. Be so productive. And I'll be able to get a snack too. It'll be good. I might make another. Oh, I can't make another coffee. I ran out of milk this morning. Damn. Anyways. All right, my friends. Happy sprinting. Hello, friends. I'm back. How was that sprint for everybody? I'm back. We're back. Everything's good. Third sprint is down. Computer's not letting me scroll anymore. Lol. RK says, do you sing while you write? No. I mean, sometimes I do if the song is particularly catchy, but you're watching me say my story out loud. I'm reading my book out loud to myself. It's how I'm editing. I was also jamming to How to Train Your Dragon song because they're just so good. Oh, I love it. But yeah, that's what I'm doing right now. I'm just reading my story aloud, which is very fun because it's also helping me with dialogue, especially Kier's dialogue, because Kier is on the spectrum. She just has a hard time with some things, and she's in this moment, she's almost going nonverbal because things have changed so much and she's panicking. So it's good. It's fun to actually say things out loud because it is such an unnatural way of speaking, right? Like it's forcing words out. So she's fun to do. She's fun to deal with. I love my little carabine. 3.5 was my second guess. Yeah. I should put a disclaimer on all my live streams. If you see me speaking to myself, it's because I'm reading my story out loud. Also, during that sprint, I messaged my beta reader, Mariana, who beta read A Little Luck for Me, because she's the only person who's read my book now, other than myself. And I was like, I need your opinion on this. And it's a big story thing that actually changes the end of this book and leaves it open for a sequel of some kind, either like a short story or a novella or an actual novel. Which I don't know when I'm going to write, but it will have a sequel at some point, I guess, because the ending of this book is now going to be open for a sequel, which is very exciting. But I was talking to her and like voice noting it to her, which was so good. Oh my God, guys, get yourself someone who has read your book that you can yell ideas at over voice note, because so good. She was so excited. She was voice noting me back, being like, yes, do that instead. That's so smart. Do that. I'm like, oh my God. This is why we have a community of people to bounce ideas off of. Anyways, friends, how did that sprint go for y'all? I got myself some food too. Nice long sprint. I'm now into chapter 10, working with my Kier. He's a little bit nonverbal, but that's okay. Happens to the best of us when we're a little overwhelmed, which is good because it's also fun to like have this moment where she's at work trying to work and she's just like, I can't do it. And one of her coworkers, the cook in the back, is like, have you eaten today? And she's like, coffee. And he's like, coffee's not a goddamn meal. And he like gives her food and sits her down and is like, eat. Just so like she can get a little bit of energy back. They take care of her. They love her. I love it. If you guys have read any of my stuff, my only single book that's out there, you know that I love me some found family. So, but yes, how about the rest of you? How was that sprint for y'all? We're going to do one more sprint today also. One more before we close out the day. I dug in my freezer and found kind of a glorified Hot Pocket. They're like a specific brand that my dad used to get. And he was like, I got these for you for lunch if you ever want them. And they're fine. They're not that great, but they're also kind of tasty. So I made one of those. It's pretty good. It's pretty standard. Good snack. My goodness me. Oh, there's a woman who's an expert. I can only breathe through one nostril. Anyways. Oh, been a good stream so far, my friends. I am feeling very productive. In this last sprint, I'm hoping that I can finish chapter 10 and chapter 11 so that I'm wrapped up on my like line edit, read aloud stuff. And then I can dive back into part 2, which is just me like kind of pulling story stuff from the last draft and adding some things and fixing some things before I dive into the read through of that one. Hopefully I can get that boogieing today. Would be nice. So I don't really have anything else planned for the rest of the day. Just gonna sit on my couch and read, probably. I'm currently reading The Daughters of Istahar, which is not bad so far. It's doing a lot, which is a complaint that I've seen in a lot of reviews, that people are just like, it does so much. But I'm enjoying it. Like, it's not too chaotic for me and disjointed. Like, it all kind of fits together. But I wish there was more of a focus on the actual like learning and academy that one of our characters is going to, because that feels like it's been pushed so far to the side, and it was her like main goal at the beginning. But it doesn't feel like we're actually learning anything, which is also because I'm coming off of having read To Shape a Dragon's Breath, which is just in the academy, and perfect. It's my favorite part of like school books, is actually seeing the kids learning and reading, you know, learning and reading and doing stuff in school, not just like mentioning it offhand, you know. So yeah, and it's sapphic, which we like, which we love. Anyways, all right, so we can sprint our last sprint of the day for 22 minutes or 24 minutes or 35 minutes, however long you guys want to go for. So 22, 25, or 35 minutes. No, 22, 24, or 35 minutes. There we go. I rolled an 11, 11, and a 13. Oh my goodness. RK voted for 24. I'm down with 24. Let's see here. Last sprint of the day. Let me get our little screen up and going. A little fella. I'm good with 24 minutes. A nice kind of wind down sprint. Alrighty. Let's just dive into it. Let's get into it. Last sprint of the day. Get the last little bits of productivity out before we go take a break. Anyways, friends, I'll see you in 24 minutes. Happy sprinting. All right, my friends. Just like that, the sprint has come to an end. And with that, so has the stream. How's everybody doing? How do we find the stream today? Hello, Stephanus. Welcome to the stream. So sorry that you came in the last sprint. We are done for the day. Pretty much. What is this hair doing? I don't know. There we go. That was incredibly productive. I managed to finally finish reading through part 1. I also discussed with my beta reader a point that I'm going to change later in the story, which I'm really liking. Everything is great. I'm so excited to keep going. And I think I'm just going to keep I'm going to move over to my couch, which is more comfy than my office chair, and just keep going. I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to keep going until I get tired. I'm going to stop. Hopefully I can finish kind of like going through the big story stuff of part 2 and then go back through and line edit it down. That's the goal anyway. RK says, good. I edited a book review and then read a little in the Jade Center of John Loon. Ooh, very nice. Very, very nice. Have you read the entire Jade City, the Greenbone Saga? Have you read it? Or are you reading the novella in between the books? I'm not sure when that novella is like necessarily needs to be read or not. I can't remember if it's a prequel or a sequel. I can't remember when it's set, but I have only read the first book. Honestly, I like the first book the best, so but everyone else seems to really like the second and third book even more than the first, so hopefully you're in for a wild, wonderful ride with the next ones. The novella is more a prequel. Oh, that makes sense. Cool. Very nice. I haven't actually heard a lot of things about the novella. Wow. I've only heard about her newer novella, Unfettered Sky or something. I don't know. I don't know. But yeah. Cool. All right, my lovely friends. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me on this lovely Saturday. I hope we got lots of work done. I hope you feel productive and wonderful. I do. You guys are the best. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, as always. Wow, it's already 4:40. I guess that's what happens when you start your stream so late in the day and go for almost 3 hours. But anyways, my friends, thank you guys for hanging out with me. I will catch you in another one very soon. I don't think I'm going to have one next weekend because I'm going to be up at the lake with my friends, but the following week, we should be back on track. So stay tuned. Follow me on socials to know when things are going live. But yes, see you guys later.